lovely to see you. How are you this evening?
Thank you. Good.
And so how does it feel to be here tonight and I guess kind of investing in the next generation of filmmakers?
It feels great. I started with a BFI grant myself. My first film was a BFI New Directors scheme, and I made my first film about Bhangra music and identity, all those years ago. And I think it's amazing. When I made that film, I didn't know the kind of career I would have. So it feels wonderful to be here to support other people who are on that precipice, of where I was.
And when you look back on your career, I mean, Bend It Like Beckham, I'm sure you get asked about it still all the time. It really did feel like it kind of, broke boundaries. It was something really new.
Yeah.
How do you look back on that time making that film?
Well, it was a real struggle to get it made. No one wanted to make it, and people felt like on paper it wasn't commercial at all, and an Indian girl into football just didn't sound appealing as a major global smash hit movie. And it just goes to show that you don't know where the next big hit's coming from. Therefore, you have to be open to all kinds of avenues and try and make films that haven't been made before by people who have different perspectives, rather than try and make the same thing over and over again.
And do you think the cinema landscape has changed for the better? I guess streaming platforms and everything's kind of opened things up, or do you think there's still a lot of progress to be made?
I think there's a lot of stuff getting made and a lot of interesting stuff that is culturally diverse, definitely, on the streaming platforms. And I think initiatives like the BFI initiative is great too. I think it will keep, there's a lot of willingness for things to change, and I think that will take its time, but it will happen.
And are there any other up-and-coming female directors that you've really got your eye on, that you like what they're doing?
I'm not going to be favourite. I'm not going to share my favouritism, but I will always support films by women. Any woman, doesn't matter if they're new or old, definitely.
And what can you tell us about what you're working on now? What can we see next?
I'm working on about 5 different movies right now, and any one of them could happen at any time. So I've got a couple of studio projects, I've got a streamer project, I've got a British project, and I spent my whole time during lockdown writing. So all that's coming to fruition now, so let's see which one it's going to be.
And what advice would you give to people who want to crack into the industry?
Tell a good story. Learn how to tell a good story.
Fantastic. Enjoy the evening.